If you are on the journey to finding your person and you have not found them yet, I guarantee you are missing one of these three things. So this is my boyfriend. This is Shane. And when I tell you that he has been such a blessing in my life, like that is no joke. I literally prayed for this guy. I prayed for this guy. This is what I did. Look at this. My work.
On my table in my apartment. It's crazy.
I be going to the bathroom I'm like, oh, I bet let me lotion it. I'm like, put some lotion on these mosquito bites. How many episodes do you have left?
Isn't there like 70 episodes or something?
I don't know.
No, there's a lot. I think, I don't know. I don't even know when it ends. So those who know me know I put my notes in my notes. The first thing that you want to do is be over your ex. Be over your ex. Okay, that is so important because a lot of us will get into relationships and we still have our ex in the back of our mind. Why? Your ex should not even be in the back of your mind if you're ready to move forward. Right? Right? I know all of us have probably done it. I know I've done it. I've done it probably like 3 times. I'm not gonna even lie, but this is what I'm learning. I mean, I've learned and here I am, you know? So you need to be over your ex. And I remember there was a situation where, multiple situations where I would hop in relationships thinking that it would help me get over my ex. That's not how it works. I used to tell my sister, and this is terrible advice, don't follow this advice. I repeat, don't follow this advice. I used to tell my sister when I was young, to get over one person, you need to get under another. Terrible, terrible advice. Don't follow that whatsoever. But in order to get over your ex, you need to do some deep healing. And I can, you know, share all of this information for another video. But I remember a time when I would hop into random relationships and my ex was still on my mind. And I believe I only got into those relationships to get a reaction out of my ex. I would post pictures of me and this person on Snapchat, on Instagram, on my story, and I would watch my story making sure this person, my ex, seen the picture. If you are doing that, I promise you are not ready to move on. You're not ready to move on. Okay, that's one thing. And 2, you are not ready to allow somebody to enter your life with so much care, with so much compassion, because you don't have that for yourself. To have that for yourself, you need to let go. You need to let go. Okay, I just made a video of how to let go, so definitely look at that. But you really need to let go, okay? If you want to find your true person, you need to get over your ex, okay? The moment I knew I was over my ex, it was, so I met my boyfriend 2 years ago, and it was 3 years ago that I found myself over my ex. So I remember I just woke up one morning and typically this person crossed my mind every day. And I woke up and I'm like, wow, I'm not thinking of this person anymore. And I was like, am I really over my ex? And I was just so happy because I'm like, yes, this is what it feels like. I put in all of the work. Now I can move on. And that's exactly what I did. So in order to find your person, you need to be over your past. Be over your ex. Okay, don't hold your ex too close to your heart. You should not be doing that. 2, you need to be intentional down to the bone. Y'all, when I say I prayed for my person, when I prayed for Shane, okay, I really did pray for this guy. And I watched one video, I forgot who it was, but credits to her because she really helped me. She said, you need to explain the person that you want to be with. And so I would typically just say, I want a cute guy, 6'2", tall, all the basic things. But I actually dug deep, dug so deep. And I said, God, if you can hear me, I said, God, please, now that I am over my ex and I am ready, I'm genuinely ready to move on, can you please send me somebody who's genuine? Can you please send me somebody who I find attractive? I don't care what the standards are that I personally find attractive, but not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. Can you send me somebody who's tall? Because I do love, looking up. I did have a short guy that I dated, and it's just not for everybody. Okay, it's not for everybody. I tell you, I was on Tinder. I know, I was on Tinder, and this is how I met my boyfriend. I was, scrolling through. I was like, oh, this guy, yeah, he's cute. Okay, he's light skinned. He's cute, whatever. And so we matched, and literally, like, within the 30 seconds of us texting, he asked, hey, what are you doing on Wednesday? Because I want to go rock climbing. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go rock climbing with a stranger. I was like, what? I don't know you. And he was like, are you free Wednesday? And I said, yeah. Trying to keep the conversation smooth, trying to keep it going. And Tuesday came around. I texted my sister. I was like, hey, I can't do it. I'm gonna be with you on Wednesday. So I told him, Wednesday is not going to work. I'm gonna be with my sister. And he was like, well, what about Saturday? And I was like, this guy is really pressed on seeing me. So this is good, And I talked to one of my other friends, and she was just like, go for it. And I went for it. Y'all, when I tell you, this was the best rock climbing date. It was such a good rock climbing date, such a good experience, because I've never been rock climbing before. After rock climbing, we went to go get sushi. We talked for hours, and literally, here we are now, just happy as ever, And of course, all situations or all relationships have their thing, their umph, but we learn to get over it. Okay, we learn to get over our umph and communicate, within that. But back to what I was saying, you have to be intentional to the bone. So when I really described the guy that I wanted, I just didn't talk to God about him casually. I explained him, and he is that. I'm telling you, I don't know what kind of sorcery this is. This is like literally energies and universe and God all working together, because it is real. Every single thing, I kid you not, I can go back to my journal and show you every single thing that I list down. Shane is that person. You think I'm letting this guy go? No, I am trying to be the best version of me so he can be the best version of him, so we can be the best version together. Okay, like, that's what you need to do. You need to be very intentional, okay, down to the bone, to the freaking nucleus. You gotta be clear. You gotta be clear. You gotta be intentional. Seriously, it worked. Write it down in a journal or put it in your voice memo, okay? Number 3, you have to be yourself. If I weren't myself, the crazy, fun, free-spirited girl that I am, me and Shane would never connect, because we're so much alike. When I am my most authentic self and he is his most authentic self, we match together so well, okay? And when you are your authentic self, you're going to attract just that. But if you're not, like, think about it. If you are not your most authentic self, you're going to attract everything that you're not, because that's not what you are. Does that make sense? You're attracting something that you think you are. But you need to, when you're trying to find a good relationship, you need to do some soul searching. You really do. So you can find out who you are and be that person, and attract what's really meant for you, because you're going to be attracting other people that's in disguise, just like you are. Okay? You don't want to do that. So whenever you are going towards meeting your person, make sure you are authentic. Don't try to be too high class, high strung. Don't try to be too no, you have to pay for every meal. You gotta pay for this. And some women just are like that. And I tried to be like that one time. And let me tell you, I tried to be like that one time. I got myself in a relationship with a multimillionaire. He has several businesses, lives downtown Dallas, and we were together for maybe 3 months. And when I tell you, he took me to this really nice restaurant, right? And I just looked at him in disappointment. because every single time I would try to start a conversation, or every single time I even looked up, this guy was doing this. Making business deals on his phone. This is all it is. And I'm just like, can you put your phone down? Because I feel like we can talk, you know? We're out on a date, you're taking me out. Let's talk, let's get to know each other more, you know? And he was like, okay. And so, you know, after I said that, he corrected himself, put his phone down. 5 minutes later, I kid you not, picks it right back up. And I believe at that time, in my, you know, my mind space, I was portraying to be this high class, not necessarily bougie, but high class and only want the nice things type of girl. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. Give me a salad. Let's go to the backyard. Let's chit chat and eat. Okay, but I was attracting things that were not really for me, but it's what the world on Instagram, it's what I seen, and I'm like, wow, this looks so good. Going to these fancy restaurants and eating with a rich guy and all this stuff, and I'm like, it's not what it is. If you are not yourself, I promise you are going to attract things that are not themselves, because that's what you're doing, that's what you are. But whenever you fall in love with yourself and you are your most authentic self, it's like chef's kiss. You attract people, not even relationships, but you attract friendships and situations and opportunities that are more like you. So I encourage you, if you are on the path of trying to search for your person, you need to be yourself, okay? You need to be yourself. You need to, let's look back at the list, because you know how I am. Oh, you gotta be over your ex. You have to be over your ex. Like that's no option. Okay, there's no option there. You have to be over your ex in order to move on. You have to be intentional, down to the bone, down to the nucleus, down to the mitochondria. You have to be intentional. Please be intentional, okay? And number 3, you have to be yourself. I really hope this helped. I know it's a few tips, and in another video, I'm on a time crunch right now. I only have two more minutes left of this data, I guess you could say, on my camera, but I really want to go into more detail about finding your person. But those were the 3 most important tips that I can give. You know, that's what I really did, and it really helped, especially number 2, especially being intentional down to the mitochondria, y'all. I'm telling you, it really does work. So, and if you don't believe me, try it. Okay, when you're blessed with a cute guy, handsome man, okay, give me my credits, give me my flowers. Okay, I'll see you in my next video.